Namaste friends, I have for you today a short story titled Anger Spares No One. Before we move ahead, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that you are informed about our next program. Once Lord Shiva and his wife Parvati were engaged in a long conversation on Mount Kailash. Shiva was explaining the holy Vedas to his wife. The discussion went on for several years. उस जमाने में तो they used to have divya years. This fatigued Parvati when one day she lost her concentration. This angered Shiva greatly as he was short-tempered. So in a fit of anger, he cursed Parvati. He shouted at her, Parvati, you are only as intelligent as a fisherwoman. So go and take birth as a fisherwoman. And immediately after that, Parvati disappeared. Shiva loved Parvati deeply and enjoyed her company immensely. After the sudden departure of Parvati, he became very sad and lonely. He also felt terribly guilty because he had unnecessarily created a problem both for himself and her because of his anger. But there was nothing he could do now to bring back his beloved wife. With each passing day, his sadness only grew deeper. He sat quietly in one corner of his abode, brooding over his rashness. Meantime, his vahana, Nandi, the bull, was deeply moved by his master's plight. After some time, he could no longer bear to see his suffering. So he decided to do something about it in order to bring back Parvati either by hook or by crook. In the meanwhile, Parvati had taken birth as a baby girl on Mother Earth. A sardar of a fishing community saw her lying alone under a tree near his village. He did not have a child of his own, so he decided to bring her up as his own daughter. He named her Parvati. Years went by. Parvati grew up into a beautiful young girl. She was very intelligent, loving and very kind-hearted. Everybody liked her immensely in the community. By now, Nandi had finalized his covert plan to bring back Parvati. He turned himself into a huge fish and went to live in the sea where Parvati lived. He started troubling the fishermen of her community there. He would tear their fishing nets and overturn their boat often. Soon the fishermen were scared to go out fishing. They went to their Sardar and told him about their plight. The Sardar declared that whosoever captured the rogue fish would wed his beautiful daughter. There were several young men who wanted to marry Parvati. They tried their level best to capture the rogue fish, but it was of no avail. Finally, in desperation, the Sardar prayed to Lord Shiva to rescue his men from the evil fish. Parvati too prayed to Lord Shiva for help. Shiva heard her prayers. It made him joyful, having found an excuse to go to her. He decided to rush to the earth immediately to help her. He took the form of a handsome young fisherman and met the Sardar. He offered to catch the mighty fish which had been troubling his people. The Sardar received him with great warmth and told him that as declared by him, he would offer his daughter in marriage to him if he was successful. There was nothing better that Shiva could have hoped for. Nandi was only too happy to see his Lord Shiva coming to catch him. He offered no resistance and was caught in no time. The Sardar's happiness knew no bounds. As promised, he immediately organized a grand wedding in the village where Parvati and Shiva were married. Shiva immediately returned to Mount Kailash with his beloved wife Parvati, realizing well it was never a good habit to act in anger. The Nandi too returned to serve his master, realizing that angry behavior doesn't even spare gods. So that was the story, friends. Hope you liked it, and that's all I have for today. See you soon in our next episode. Goodbye and thank you.